Hi everyone, this is Sue. I want to share a couple journals with you. I think in the last video I showed you that I had these two journals that I was creating out of it's like a painting stretched onto a wooden frame. So these are the two journals. I will start with this one. Like I said, it has the painted canvas for the cover. I added a doily that I kind of wrapped around, did some freeform stitching on, added a chain that comes around, has this clock hanging on. It actually is a working clock, so that's kind of neat. And it has a key and a little charm, and then this leather belt that goes all the way around. So I'll just kind of slip that off, and we'll take a look inside. It has a tapestry fabric that lines the cover. It's a fabric pocket, journal page, a little napkin, decoupage. There's a little place here if you want to tuck something or hang something or a ticket or some kind. So a little pocket on this old garden book page, the little journal spot. Again, things can be tucked under the picture. If you have a little note or message you want to tuck under there. This is just some old wrapping paper made into a journal spot on this parchment page. A little bit of stamping. Just like a little old chicken ad. It's in this coffee filter pocket on this old sewing book page. This little envelope in this photo pocket here. Kind of an old trifold stationery page. This is a pocket here with a journal page. It's an old recipe for a journal spot. Has a little stamping on the back. An old magazine page. It's just filled with a lot of, I think I mentioned that in the video, last video at the end. It had just a lot of different papers and packing papers, and I would kind of lay those papers out sometimes when I would age or stain some of my other papers, so then they were getting different layers of staining and aging on, and I just decided I would kind of use those, and this is how it turned out. So it's really a lot of fun to create. This little fabric on the edge for some interest. This has a little tuck spot here, some stamping fabric. This is another little journal spot. I think this is an old tea bag, and just some words. This flips out. It's a large card here with some fabric and a journal tuck spot underneath. Fits into that pocket there. It's just from an old book. This is another old image. Paper on the back. This is an old paper towel. This is a pocket with a clear pocket on it. Has this ticket stuck in, still sewing around. Another little journal spot with fabric on the edge. It's a music sheet. Pockets, tuck spots. It's another journal page. Oh yeah, had some tape on it. Sometimes it got, I think it had just a tiny little tear, so I repaired it with some washi tape. More stamping. This is a little paper clip that holds this journal paper in. It's a whole page of like stationery paper. It says Inspire. I like the way that stencil turned out on there. It's very pretty. This is just a journal paper with lines. It says Friendship. This is an old, well, some of the papers in here are kind of fragile, so it's got a lot of different textures and feels to it. This is Another journal page that's tucked under this pocket here. This little embellished paper clip kind of holds the page shut. Has a little English card. I think there's little words with like dictionary cards. This tucks under there. This paper clip has a little heart charm. Another image with paper sewn on. Another piece, couple pieces of pages to write. Sewing book page, graph page. This has a copy filter pocket with this little quilted heart. It says love. And then another card in there. Places to write. Some stamping. This has a pocket too, so things can be... A lot of the pockets are still empty. Journal has a lot of growing spaces. An old recipe page. This guy is a tuck spot under here. So some little journal spots out of some of the paper that's aged. Little tearing of journal. Oh, this is a bag, so then there's a journal page in here. It's a little tuck spot on top. Slides down in there. This is an old book page. I like the color of it. I like the artwork on it. It's a little piece of fabric. Another large journaling card. You know, you have to have places to write. What I like is, that, like I said, the different textures. Tried to keep everything kind of light feeling so it's not stiff or hard. Dictionary page with some tea pockets. More pages. This is some old fabric on here. This is an old vintage postcard. A little letter on the back with an old stamp. And here's some more pages. I think this is just a repair, but this has just a shallow tuck spot under it. This shows your sewn in signature here. This is another large journal page. Another pocket there. Tuck spots. Both of the journals are quite similar. Just some have different... This is a journal page out of a bird book. This little tuck spot under this. Fussy cut this little man out. Put an old stamp on there. There's some gauze-like fabric on the edge of this page. This is an embellished paper clip here, so you can tuck things in this pocket and use the embellished paper clip somewhere throughout the journal. This is a little tea bag pocket. It has a number 5 inside. Journal card in there. There's an old magazine page. Another bag with a journal page inside. This is some old wallpaper with just sewn around the edges. This is another place to write under this old music paper. And this is a envelope. This is an old magazine page, I think from 1922. I think it says it on the other one. I'll look in the other book, but I think it said 1922. So that goes in there. There's a place too to tuck something under there. This is an old napkin pocket. And this is a journal card that the paper clip is doing a good job holding it in. So it's a card, and then there's a little journal spot underneath the image of the fabric that sticks out. It's another... You know, if you don't want to use the page in the book, you can always use it as a page in another journal. And this flips out too, and there's another pocket in here and a journal page. some graph paper and kind of matching butterflies. Pocket on this. Pocket here and also behind the paper. There's a little place to write here. A little fabric circle. Some trim. A little decoupage napkin. This is some, I think, some really sheer fabric on there. This is a little baby's breath. This is a little place to write on here. Tucks in this pocket. And this is another journal spot. It was repaired with some tea-dyed paper. I don't know why. I think there's a little rip in it or something. Gotta use everything, you know. It's kind of a nice thing about a journal. If something tears or comes apart, you just repair it or glue it, or you can always keep this as a paper ruffle on the this is another little journal spot. Tucks in that little pocket. On the other side of the paper towel, a little pocket here. This little journal card under this old book page pocket. That was pretty. This tips out. Big journal card in there. It's a page out of an old book. Thought the artwork was pretty. Tuck that in there. Another little place to write. This just kind of hangs on. Here's some little pieces of paper with some fabric at the top. This is a journal card. Our favorite things. Other little another old book page, some pretty plants. And these guys too are they're not glued all the way down, so they can hold something. Everybody has a purpose. Another embellished paper clip. This is just a journal spot made out of some old wallpaper border. That paper clip kind of holds it in there. And this is another old recipe page with a journal spot in the pocket. Parchment paper. Old little catalog, Sears catalog page. And then the back pocket was fabric. And then this is the page for in the back pocket. Has a little napkin embellishment on there. Let's see, I've got to fold this page in. So that's the first journal. And I'm going to put the closure back on. So this one has the leaf that's, you know, kind of pointing down. And then this one is the second journal. It has the leaf, bigger leaf, you know, pointing up. And it has also has a little clock too. And they're running. I started them and they're still running. So same kind of closure. And I'll go through this one a little quicker. Like I said, they're pretty similar. I won't take everything out, but you can kind of see how the pages are similar. You know, probably the pockets are different. Some of them, pages and the artwork are different. Charms are a little different. So wallpaper on that. And that is kind of a neat thing that you can do when you make larger journals like this. Oops, turn down a little bit. There we go. I kind of started to do it is to, you know, you're always putting pockets and things that tuck in the bottom. I tried to move some of the places to tuck things on the page more to the top so that the book doesn't bulk up so much down at the bottom. So that's kind of a little postcard in this one. Little tip, I guess you could say. It's got a little old image in there. This is the little quilted heart for this book. There's a journal card there. It's like here, I added a pocket, so if you add something, you know, it'll be up a little higher. Butterfly page, flip out page, recipe card page. This has a page clipped on. This is our greatest memories. Here's another spot. This is a embellished paper clip up here holding this card in. Well, it's not holding this card in, but it could hold anything in. This card is going into this pocket here. There's another, the clear pocket. Fabric, and this is the other journal card was round. There's a little fabric on the pocket there for some interest. And these are your journal spots. And like I said, they're both pretty similar. Papers were cut the same. This is the bird book page, painted over the words. This is the wallpaper, old wallpaper tuck spot. Little fabric on top of this one. It's the old postcard, the old stamp, and some little letter to the receiver. This is another the journal card on this in this journal. Little journal spot with the circle fabric. Tucks in that fabric pocket. Lots of places to write. I always think the journals really take on the beauty when you write your thoughts down. This is the dried flower sample with the little tag for writing something on there. Got some fabric under here. There's a little guy holding that on. This opens up. You got your old book page. This is your wallpaper pocket, or wallpaper journal spot. This has this little pocket made out of fabric. Sometimes when you're writing about something, you have an image that matches. You like to tuck it in there. And that's the back. And this has also the sewing on. When I added the doily, then I tried to age it to match, you know, the colors and the tones, and when it was just on there, it wasn't really white, but it was just too new looking. Like, that's not cutting it. So then I tried to kind of age it, and everything is sewn on. Even the fabric is sewn onto the canvas, so it's really not going anywhere. And you know, the nice thing about these is it can just really get thick. As thick and as much as you want to add to it, it'll take it. So those are my two journals, and I'll put the link below where you can find them in my Etsy store. Also, I have a couple of things that I want to show you. I had made some pockets that went into journals out of bags. So I made some more of those. And they'll be in the Etsy store, and they'll just be one Etsy ad. And I'll kind of go through each one, and then they'll just be like the other set. They'll be just the front, and it'll have a number, like number 1, number 2, number 3. And you can kind of tell which one is the one you like. So they're the same concept with the little pocket made out of an old book page. Has the stationery page inside. It says Vintage Finds. And has the shell with the little, she's a little baker on there. It's old recipe page pocket. And then this is the vintage wallpapers that come with the flower paper clipped on there. Kind of go under that, and she kind of holds it shut. And when you open it up, and that's the back of the envelope. Some embellishments, a little baking card, a little recipe card. It's aged up a little bit. There's 2 tiered pockets there. Then a couple pieces of 4x4 fabric in the pocket. And the back has the little ball pin with little vintage buttons, and there's some crocheted trim and a flower. And the idea is you can, stick it right in your journal if you want. So then I'll kind of go through them each one, so you can kind of see. Like I said, they're all pretty similar. So that was that one. Here's the other one. Now these cards might be a little bit different. The fabrics are the same, and like I said, they're all really quite similar. Also has a little different Americana. The flowers are all pretty similar on the back. And this is a little different too. What I might do is just have the picture of the bag open, because they're all pretty much the same on the front. And then this wallpaper matches, so maybe I'll do that. The only thing that's really different is these cards inside. So, they probably won't all fit in the Etsy ad at one time, but if they sell, then I'll add the other ones back in. But, if there's 3 of this one, then there'll be like number 3, and there's 3 of it, or whatever. So, I think you'll be able to figure it out. So, those are my little journal pockets, journal bag pockets, and also my 2 journals. So you can check the link below and go over and check it out, and if there's something you like. I appreciate your support, and I thank you for watching. Bye now.